Welcome to the Books, Beards, Booze podcast, where we talk books, drink booze, and have beards.
All right. As always, I am Bob of Tales by Bob.
I'm the ass of the podcast, Derek, with his Elijah Craig and his coffee.
I'm Tanya. Hello. Hi.
Not at the same time. No. I just wanted to point that out.
Well, you could have whiskey in your coffee.
Yeah, but you don't. I mean, I'm not putting Elijah Craig in mine.
Yeah, that's
I put
a bit.
Bushmills, like $20 Irish
Bushleague.
whiskey, some shit in there.
But
Shut up.
But it could be like fancy coffee.
I guess, but I ain't about to. What? Anyway,
Is it fancy coffee? I don't think you can put cheap whiskey. I think you put
good
cheap,
whiskey.
You don't put good whiskey in cheap coffee.
The coffee's bag looks fancy, but it wasn't really fancy.
Maxwell House.
No, better than that.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I'm not drinking because I'm sick. Unpaid intern Tanya got me sick. So, I'm sick. So I'm not drinking. We will return to our regularly scheduled drinking next weekend. But for now, we're diving in on our short read tall glass. Which I know some of you are thinking, oh, but wait, what about the next round of the bracket? Well, we'll do that next week. Last weekend of every month is when we do our short read tall glass. It's the last weekend of the month. So we're doing a short read tall glass.
Yeah.
So, yes, this month was Fandom for Robots by Veena Jimin Prasad. A little bit about her. Couldn't find a lot on her on the interwebs. She's Singaporean, which is real fun to say. Singaporean.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
A little bit.
Singaporean, I choose you.
Yeah.
So her short stories, Fandom for Robots,
She'd be like a shiny Pokemon.
100%.
Always.
Her short stories, Fandom for Robots, and a series of steaks.
Steaks?
Like you eat. Yeah. They were both published in 2017, and they've been nominated for the Nebula, Hugo, and Theodore Sturgeon Award.
Nice.
This story, Fandom for Robots, was nominated for the 2017 Nebula and the 2018 Hugo. Mm-hmm. The Theodore Sturgeon Award, I looked that up. It is a award that is awarded to sci-fi fantasy short stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was also a finalist for the John W. Campbell Award for Best New Writer in 2018. So definitely going to have to keep our eyes on Miss Prasad. I
was fully expecting you to try and say the full name again, and I was sitting here.
No, I probably mispronounced it the first time. I was just. I feel like Prasad is probably the closest I got. Well, Veena.
Anyways.
Yeah. All right. So let's dish. Okay. I loved this story so fucking much. It's ridiculous.
Beep beep boop.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hard sold on this and told that it was better than, what is it, Carnival
9.
Carnival 9.
Yeah.
It was not. Carnival 9 is the best thing I've read in a long time. However, I do have things to say.
It was a more enjoyable read. To me, this is a much more enjoyable. Like Carnival 9, objectively, Carnival 9 is a better crafted story. I got a lot more enjoyment
about Carnival 9, so let's move
I got a
past
lot
that.
more enjoyment out of this story.
This
Robots.
This I had a lot of. It spoke to me on a very deep level, purely from the aspect of I'm gonna be honest. Like when I was reading this, I was just looking at it, going, "Yep, that's exactly how all of that works."
Yes.
All
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
100%.
I've not written any fan fiction except on commission before. I've written when I had my Fiverr, a couple people hired me to write a little bit of fan fiction here and there. Mm-hmm. But I've never been on like fan fiction websites or anything like that. Like I'm familiar with the terminology, I'm familiar with the concept, but I've never gone in on fan fiction.
Yeah.
So I can't quite attest to that, but it seemed very.
Oh
real.
no, it's super accurate. I mean, like, this is above and beyond my level of fan fiction awareness.
Yeah.
Which I got my start in all things literature, like both reading and writing, from reading and writing fan fiction. This is still beyond my level of commitment. Like,
Yeah.
just
Tell us about your history in writing fan fiction, Derek.
I mean, I don't know why you're acting like I'm going to be ashamed of this. I started when I was in high school. I started to like anime a lot, and I really liked. I would see like things in my head, and I was like, "Oh, it would be really cool if the story went like this instead." And then I would see really cool fights and things like that in my head, and then so it's like, I can't draw.
Yeah.
So
Same.
the best way to do this is to I'll just write what I see in my head.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and I would make my own stories based off characters. The only thing, well, you know what? We won't go into that. But
So what fandom did you fictionalize?
the first one I did, and the main one was Dragon Ball Z. Like that was the one I did.
Yes.
Pui Pui's Revenge.
Pui Pui's Revenge. Yeah, that was
I remember reading one back
one chapter of it.
One chapter many years ago.
Many years. Yeah.
Pui Pui's Revenge. I don't know who Pui Pui is, but
It was literally do you know who that is? So you remember when before Boo got released in
Yes.
the Boo saga, and
Yeah.
Babidi was trying to release him, and it was like
Yes.
him and Deborah, and they had the
Yes.
spaceship.
Yeah.
You know the guy that Vegeta absolutely annihilated?
Vaporized?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Pui Pui.
Wow, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
way to pick, like, tiny, obscure guy.
That was my point.
Okay.
I was like, I like the world of Dragon Ball Z. I like just throwing energy around, doing cool stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked his character design.
Oh, man. Talking about DBZ, it was Thanksgiving, like, 2 days ago. Did you see the big Goku balloon?
the Goku balloon,
It was
yeah.
so great. Okay.
I did. But, no,
Don't
basically...
look at me like that.
Basically, I just took a character that I thought had a cool character design, and then just like wrote about his backstory that was completely irrelevant. Like they had no that. This guy just got killed.
Did you also do Naruto?
I did like a prologue, and that was literally all I ever did.
Actually, I think that's what I read. I think I
Yeah,
read
you
your
read
Naruto.
that. I know that's what you read because
Yeah.
you remember the hilarious disclaimer at the beginning.
I don't remember the disclaimer. I don't remember much about
We'll
it.
talk about it off air, but it was just I was a really enthusiastic kid.
Yeah.
Writing, and then
Yeah.
I was very enthusiastic
Yeah.
about that. But no, that was the one you read.
What about
I
you?
did a little bit of that. And
What about you,
stuff.
Trizzle? Did you ever do some?
I never wrote fan fiction, but Xena
Yeah.
with Xena and Gabby
Gabrielle.
was
You shipped them?
hard. That was middle school life. And then it wasn't my fandom, but it was a really close friend's fandom was like Lion King stuff, anthropomorphized Lion King fanfic.
See, like this is even
adult
beyond,
fanfic.
like this is even beyond me. Like that was my
Yeah.
point. Was like
Yeah.
my stuff was
no,
that was story.
my-
That was,
my- Mine was
I think that's
straight
that's
up.
kind of always where where fan fiction loses me is when
they go to the extreme.
well, it's like
or
it's when it's like anthropomorphized.
yeah.
anthropomorphized.
Yeah, like no, like if you're gonna for me, it's like if you're gonna fan fiction it as they are.
Not
don't
as you- yeah.
don't.
Not voluptuously breasted lions.
Well, it's like I'm not gonna.
Well, for example, in this story where they're talking about the characters aren't acting anything like the characters in the show,
yeah, okay.
which is an entire
or
subgenre.
they even
of
talk about
fan-
they even talk about like how the
he ain't got no nose.
he doesn't have a
Yeah.
nose. He can't nuzzle. You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I guess that kind of feels like you have the people in the story who are
exactly.
following the characters as the characters are written.
Well, see, that was
Which
my whole
is
point
some
about
of
this
y'all-
story, which was what I liked so much about it. I was like, this is exactly
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the community works.
Yeah.
Because there's people that are like, I like fan fiction, but this makes no sense, and those characters don't act anything like the
Yeah.
characters
Yeah.
in the show.
And then there's people
and
like
the other people that are like, I just want to take my romantic comedy
kiss.
and
Now-
like
now kiss.
use
push their
the
faces
character
together.
models,
if I
basically.
put it in my bio don't read or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 No. Oh
I mean,
god.
that was honestly so. The story was I enjoyed the concept of it. It was kind of fun. Like I
Yeah.
didn't think it was amazing. I just
The-
thought it was fun. But the fact
moment
that it
I-
so perfectly got the concept of the community around it
Yeah.
there's a little bit less anger than there should be.
Right. I've been on Tumblr enough to know, like, y'all are being way too nice.
But there was only because they were very sparse in what they were showing.
Right.
But the sentiment behind it all made perfect sense.
Well, no, the anger was there. I loved how he's talking about he was having constructive comments on YouTube videos where, referring to his lack of genitalia.
Yeah.
Outside activities,
Yeah, it's while accurate.
He doesn't have.
So, it hints at it without showing.
Even so, even the examples they gave you were probably a little less aggressive than most would be. But even so, the ones that they gave were probably just the tame versions that they were getting. But the charming part of the whole thing was purely from the idea is that's what I spent my entire high school career experiencing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a social guy. I don't go out and do stuff. That's what I grew up. I lived in that. That was what I did.
The moment I was hooked when it was he knows that there's not near a black hole, so there is no time dilation.
Yeah.
Still checks again to see what time, how long till the next episode. Just that waiting, anticipation.
Yeah, I liked that idea just because I felt like it was one of those things where he couldn't feel these things, but he was still acting the same way as someone that desperately wants to see the next episode, even though he can't desperately want anything.
Yeah, which it said that, but it kind of hints a little time. The thing I want to but remember how he's walking to go get the the schematics or whatever, and he gets he sees a reflection.
That was the only moment that I was like, oh!
He sees what do they call it? Determined Cyro. And he sees he is determined Cyro kind of deal. And so that's extrapolation. That's him. And I don't know. I think it kind of hints that maybe he didn't have emotion circuits, but maybe he's developing
something's happening.
Something's happening there.
That was probably my biggest.
Made me wonder.
That was probably my biggest complaint about the story was the fact that I wasn't given enough, so I don't know if that where that went, because I saw that and I was like, oh, this could be going somewhere, and then I don't know. So
You think this is could be extrapolated to people shut in folks who I don't have feels. Beep beep.
I had this thought.
Well, you tell us.
Yeah. I actually had this thought. I had this thought last night that this the robot could be a stand-in for someone on the autistic spectrum.
Well, I was thinking somewhere mental healthy, but
but just the way that they oh, well, people don't act that way. I've known people who are on the spectrum that if you ask them to, they don't. You can tell that they clearly don't understand how typical social interaction works.
Yeah.
And so everything that happens here that they're describing well, we all know because it's because the person's a robot, or it is actually a robot. You could have a similar sort of interaction with someone on the autistic spectrum. So.
Because it was basically he got the emotionless stuff of the robot, right? Because he's a robot.
Yeah.
They're your human needs some work. So maybe work with this other person whose name I'm blanking on right now.
Bjorn something. Bjorn
Felling.
Fan.
Bjorn to be wild?
No.
Bjorn something.
Anyways.
I got it right here. It's oh no, shit. It is Bjorn. Come on, where's it? Bjorn Ruffian.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's kind of to be wild. The ruffians.
Yeah. Well, I just everything about that story was.
The party's fuck it. I'm gay for Zero.
I'll toggle his levers.
It's dude, we've been gay for Zero since episode 15.
Yeah.
What do you do? It was
ever since his big boxy shadow came lumbering across.
Perfectly encapsulated the just utter elitism of any fandom. Dude,
well,
we've been. Gay
that's the way you read it, but I read it more as that's just the way it's one of those things because it's one of those when it comes to a fandom and you're in a community and people are so concerned that they're going to have an opinion that the other people don't agree with, and they say something and they're like, dude, we've already been there for a while now, so you're good, you're fine. Yeah. Like don't even worry about it.
Welcome to the fold.
Exactly. But again, one of those like, oh, I hate in my example recently, what I've been the most into community wise is wrestling. It's like, oh, I really like this wrestler, even though people are going to say that they're bad and they hate them, and everyone's like, no, we've known for like the last year and a half they've really stepped their game up and are really good now. Like, anybody that still hates on them, they're just dumb. So you're fine, you're good. So it was just like, yeah, man, he's a sexy man bot. Yeah, man bot.
Beep boop beep boop boop beep. I kind of want to watch this anime.
I'd watch it. I mean, I watched episode 1 of Vampire Nights today on accident. So, I mean, my standards are pretty low right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was kind of sad at first. This did not go where I thought it was going.
Yeah, we were watching. We sat here and stared at her as she read the story because
I was concerned. I thought there's this sentient robot and all he's doing is just getting shuffled from display room to storage room to display room to storage room. I was like, oh my gosh, this is hell.
Unpaid intern Tanya has been trying to pay the bills this week, so she didn't have time to read the story.
No,
it's Thanksgiving week.
She had time.
Yeah.
She just decided that sleep was more important.
Sleep is more important, and getting that bread is more important, friend.
Getting that bread.
Get that bread.
What was your biggest letdown for Thanksgiving?
I didn't get Thanksgiving food.
That's a good one.
I had Papa John's.
That would do it.
I didn't get Thanksgiving food. It's literally my favorite holiday. There is no expectation other than show up and get fat.
I have this. Thank you. It's the best holiday every year.
It's the best holiday. I enjoy Halloween.
No. Christmas is the same. You get the food of Thanksgiving.
And you have to give gifts.
You have to give gifts.
You feel super uncomfortable.
You like giving gifts.
I'm poor, though.
Yeah.
And you have to feel the pressure of...
It makes me feel bad. I want to give more gifts than I can, and I don't have the money.
There's a whole shame and guilt thing that is not involved in
And then you have to be like, oh, this is great. Thank you for shitty gifts. I'm going to have to go wait in line to return. But Thanksgiving, no pressure. Show up, get fat, take a nap, wake up, eat more pie, watch some football.
4th of July.
Family? No.
Fireworks, better food.
Hot. Outside, sticky, mosquitoes.
Not better food.
Not better food. Hot dogs over turkey and dressing?
Bro,
the fuck?
On this side of the couch,
I like dressing.
We're awesome.
You don't like most of anything that's Thanksgiving food.
I don't do dressing either, but everything
I'm not a big turkey
else,
guy either.
Turkey,
cranberry
sweet potatoes,
sauce,
cranberry sauce,
pumpkin pie with all the whipped
Pumpkin
pie.
pie's good, but you can have pumpkin pie 4th of July. There's nothing wrong.
I mean, I know you can have pumpkin pie anyway.
It's not
pie. You get apple pie, which is better.
Ubiquitous. Well, you can get both because my grandma makes both, and that's what she actually bought.
I have actually both. Yeah. That's what I'm making.
But here's my biggest letdown. It's the same thing every friggin' year with my family. There's never enough food.
Yeah.
I mean, they make enough to where, like, we basically eat, and then there's, like,
a little bit left over. How do you not have Thanksgiving with no
leftovers,
man? That's the
best
part.
There's, like, a little bit of leftovers. But I'm talking, like, there's enough for me to eat, like, the next day, and that's it.
See,
and that's it.
I want to eat that shit for a week.
My letdown?
Yeah.
No rolls. We didn't have any rolls.
Yeah.
I don't know what was it. Like, we had all, like...
Most of the time I don't have rolls.
All the food that I care about was there. We had lima beans. And we had,
You
had all 4 vegetables.
We had lima beans and a hash brown casserole, which is the only casserole I eat.
I will throw you out of my house.
Hash brown casserole is a vegetable, basically.
It's made of vegetables.
Yeah.
Cows eat vegetables, so meat is
Tanya,
vegetables
shut up! Both of you, stop it!
So that, and I had turkey, ham, sausage, and then lima beans and sweet potato, or not sweet, hash brown casserole. Only thing I need. We had cheese biscuits, which my stepdad's cheese biscuits are really good, but I like to make a ham, like a King's Hawaiian roll ham sandwich.
And you didn't get to do that.
I didn't get to do that.
You know what I didn't get to do? Eat any Thanksgiving food.
Well,
I had Crystal Burgers. I had Papa John's pizza, and what else did they bring in? Subway sandwiches. I mean, work fed us, and that's really cool. But
they couldn't have just went and got catering from a place that did Turkey Day stuff.
We can talk about that off the air. Okay. It is some baby back bullshit.
Yeah, fair enough. What I had turkey. We normally have turkey and ham, but we didn't have ham because my aunt and uncle.
Well, ham's a Christmas meat.
Well, we usually do both.
It's a bit, yeah.
No,
do both.
Yeah.
ham's a
Most
Christmas
people,
meat.
most people do
Ham-
both. Most
ham's-
people do
Wait,
both.
Most
you
people
put
do both.
pineapples and honey and shit on your ham?
No,
Regular ass smoked ham. I don't want sweet ham.
I like the sweet
I
ham,
like the sweet ham.
but I prefer
And
the
it's
smoky ham.
regular.
Anyways, but
Regular.
I had turkey, and then I had what did we have? We had dressing, but I don't do dressing.
Yeah.
We had
Duck dressing.
cranberry
Cranberry sauce.
sauce, and then we
You
had
like the gelled kind or the chunky kind?
the gelled.
The stuff that I want to slide
Come
it out of the
yep.
can
Yeah.
to look
That's
with the
what I did.
ridges. Give me
But
that
then-
dog food kind.
but-
It's so good.
But then we also had cranberry salad casserole that my grandma makes.
Wait, with like whippy cream and shit in it? Ooh, my grandma makes
It's got
that too.
it's like nuts,
Pineapples and nuts and like some coconut stuff. God, my grandma makes
we
that
don't
too.
have
It's so
we don't
good.
have coconut in it, but she does whipped cream and like cream cheese.
Ooh, grandma doesn't do cream cheese, but
It's
I could see that would be
super
delicious.
fucking good. And then we also had asparagus casserole. Not
Gross.
my biggest thing,
Eh.
but I thought it was actually. I mean, it was good. It was actually good.
It's got to be better than green bean casserole.
It's very similar, but just
It's
a
a low
different.
bar.
Green bean
And then-
casserole is the worst.
And then broccoli, which I love.
Gross.
Broccoli.
I love broccoli.
And then for dessert we had sweet potato pie, and then my grandma also made a not an apple pie but an apple crisp, like in a full pan.
You're just making me so sad.
And then
instead
instead of like normal apple, she used Granny Smith, so
Oh,
they'd
yeah.
be sweet, sour.
yeah.
But she didn't measure them just right, so because she'd never done it with those apples before, so
Yeah.
she was kind of working with it. So it
Yeah.
was a
Kinda
little different.
Like a crisp tart, kind of.
Yeah, but I love that
Hell
flavor.
yeah.
Like
Hell
basically,
yeah.
it wasn't perfect the way she normally does it,
Yeah.
but it had the sour tartness, which
Yeah.
makes it so good. And me and my brother were like, "No,
Our-
you just figure out perfect this and do it this way."
Our
Ooh, because
desserts.
if it's real tart, you could put some ice cream with it and offset. Brother.
Our desserts
ya.
were cream cheese pecan pie,
Okay.
I'm not a pecan pie guy.
Wait,
and-
excuse me. Explain?
cheesecake pecan pie. Yeah, cheese.
So it's just
How do you-
cheesecake with pecans on top?
I didn't have any. I like pecans.
Wow.
But I don't understand how you would.
I don't know.
Did
I
it have
I
the?
didn't have any.
Okay, well, did you at least look at it?
You know what?
It
You know
looked,
what?
it looked like a pecan pie.
Oh, okay.
So we got the gooey layer.
Yeah, see that was. See,
I
that's,
hate-
I don't like
I hate
pecan
it.
pie. I don't do
You
it.
would,
Like-
I should
but
I should
the-
make you my pumpkin
Friends.
pie. My pumpkin pie is
The,
the
uh,
best of a pumpkin and a
okay.
pecan pie because a pecan pie the best part's the pecans.
Fair.
The gooey
No.
part's the worst.
Yeah.
Pecans are gross.
Okay.
Pecans are good.
So I take my pumpkin pie and put a pecan brown sugar cinnamon crumble on top. So you get the
Sounds good to
the
me.
nutty deliciousness without the
What are you
goo.
making me? What are you
I
making?
have
Or-
one. I have two in my fridge
The other.
at home.
The other-
Why you just come over to my house? You insult me. You call me a weeb.
Here
You
with
don't offer me
Here
a
with the
pie.
other dessert. Here my other dessert.
Oh, what's your other dessert?
We had. It was called
Spam.
like eclair dessert or something like that.
We eat eclairs.
It
I
wasn't.
love
It
eclairs.
wasn't. It wasn't eclairs, but it was like graham cracker crust, like actual graham crackers made the crust
Yeah.
with basically all the
Makings
goo
of.
of an eclair on top. It was stupid good.
What's
I
in
could
an
fuck with
eclair?
that.
Huh?
What's in an eclair?
Oh, it's like
Eclairs are typically like a stuffed pastry.
Yeah, but what?
with like a custard,
Yeah,
vanilla custard kind of
vanilla
thing,
custard.
and with chocolate on
Chocolate on
top.
At work, my coworker made an ooey gooey cake or something. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly.
Poke cake.
Sure, I don't know.
Okay.
She told me what was in it, but it sounded basically just like sugar, goo, awesomeness,
Okay.
and it was delicious.
It's basically my sex life.
Ew.
Don't talk about that.
Ew.
Why would
Awkward pause. But no, so I made an apple pie and I made 2 pumpkin pecans. But I burnt my apple pie. This is the first year I've made pies in like 6 years.
I'm just saying.
You didn't
Between
throw the
now-
apple pie away, did you?
I did not throw the apple pie away because the crust doesn't taste that great this year anyway, so just break the broken, burnt parts off.
I'll eat burnt crust. I don't care. I like crust a lot.
That's not really great crust, but that's okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
he
I
likes his food bland. You know
2
that.
pumpkin pecans
So-
and
So
an apple.
I guess are we not talking about the story now? I guess.
No,
Oh,
there's more to say about the story.
Okay.
And when I say that,
We got way off track.
mostly it's just that, I love the authenticity of them
Yeah.
putting the name of the anime and then having in quotate or in parentheses
The Japanese words.
the Japanese words for it.
Yeah.
That was hilarious to me because I was looking at it going, "Yep, that's." Like, you go to any, like, I forget the names of the websites, but, like, if you're trying to find information about an anime, you just search it and it'll bring up, like, anime A and Z or whatever. They always have it listed like that with the Japanese name next to it. And it was accurate.
Tumblr.
Right.
This felt like a Tumblr feed.
See, that's what it did to me, too, but that's not my jam.
Well, I have 3 Tumblrs. And if I don't stop getting ads for fanfics in my Tumblr, like, it kills me. Voltron, there's this whole thing of, like, Voltron fanfics. I'm assuming, because that's what's in the hashtags. I don't watch the show, but, like, the hashtags at the bottom of all these posts.
At some point,
well, there's seriously, like, every third post in my feed on Tumblr is going to be, like, a suggested post, and it's going to be this Voltron fanfic, and bitch, why? I don't have anything on my feed
You know what
that
mine,
would...
You know what mine is?
What?
Mine is always Egyptian mythology, but it's not like history. It's like people who actually currently are worshiping Egyptian gods.
Oh, that's way cooler than hand-drawn.
I think I'd rather have... You say that?
I'll show you some of these posts.
I think I'd rather have the...
I'll swap you.
Well, hold on. Imagine the vampire you guys met, but, like, worshiping Ra. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not like I'm cool and this is my aesthetic. It's more like
on Tumblr.
Hey, I'm on Tumblr.
Yeah, but
which also means you're on Tumblr because you're seeing it.
Yeah, I am, but I'm on there as Tales by Bob. I'm not on there as a real person. I'm on there as a entity, as an author.
The closest I ever came...
I just follow some comics.
The closest I ever came to getting on Tumblr was when I was at the peak of my Ruby fandom. I'm so glad I didn't, because I have now seen...
You should write some Ruby fan fiction.
That's a conversation we'll have off air. No.
Huh. Derek's face has gotten curious.
He's gotten Ruby. Yeah,
no.
Just sorry.
I don't want that to be misinterpreted as just saying that I've read some, but there's... I mean, that I've written some.
Do you know what our story for next month's going to be?
No.
Me neither. I didn't look.
Well, you're dying, so I give you
I get a pass.
Yeah.
But I'll post about it. And my plan is to put a page on the website where it has all the links to all the stories, so you can go back and read any story that we've ever recommended on here. I
think what's most important is that you sit over there quietly as I talk to Tanya about, like, the best Dragon Ball Z fanfic idea she ever had.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so who's your favorite character?
So everyone knows that the best character is
Piccolo.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who's the second best? Vegeta.
All right.
Vegeta is
as
Vegeta.
always.
Or
I encourage y'all.
He has a sword. He has a sword, woman.
As you go forward.
So terrible.
In
Vegeta's
your upcoming
so much
week,
better.
please
solid.
go forth and grow a great beard.
Piccolo's my favorite.